Finance Committee to order at 6:25. Would you please call the roll, Mr. Snow?
Ron.
Present.
Long.
Here.
Miles.
Here.
Smith Charles is absent with notice. Cavell.
Here.
Lightford. Here. Hoffman.
Present.
Woodward. May be participating at some point. Mark.
Here.
Quorum.
Great. I need a motion to approve the agenda. Moved by Commissioner Powell, supported by Commissioner Cavell. Any comments? Let's prompt the vote. Yeah, there's chicken and salad.
We have 7 yeas, 0 nays.
Okay, today's agenda is approved. Next up is public comment. Is there anybody from the public that wishes to address the Finance Committee at this time? Seeing no one, I will close public comment. We'll move on to communications, item 5A. I need a motion to approve the communications, moved by Commissioner Cavell, supported by Commissioner Weipert. Any comments or questions about this one? This is a $1 million grant to put electric charging stations on the county campus. And it's 100% funded, so I like that. Okay, then let's prompt the vote.
Get my Mustang.
Be able to charge
I'm
my
looking at the
phone.
colors, I know, I like that Mustang there.
Okay.
You have 7 yeas and 0 nays.
Okay, motion carries. Next, we have the Public Health and Safety Committee recommendations from the meeting that was just half an hour ago. Item 6A, establishing the Oakland County Safer Communities Fund. I need a motion. Commissioner Hoffman, supported by Commissioner Powell. Okay, anybody have anything they want to say about this? Is somebody presenting this at all?
Yeah, somebody-
Commissioner
Yeah, you
Weipert?
might not
I just wanna know what it is.
Wait, Chair, where you go?
The safer community.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the,
just the dollar thing.
yeah, Safer Communities, the $1.
Right, so with the contract with Notre Dame, they're gonna be giving an additional $1 per student, not to exceed $5,000. It's gonna go into a fund that will be overseen by the sheriff and the board of commissioners.
Oh.
For us, to sponsor safety issues that will benefit all residents in the county.
Okay, I heard different.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take questions from the commissioners. Commissioner Cavell?
My
And
name on the list.
to echo what Commissioner Gerson said, it's also the monies will go towards training, especially for like SRO training or continuing education training for SROs. As well as it creates a pot of money that then can draw down other state, federal, or foundation monies to then expand community safety.
Commissioner Long, followed by
I
Commissioner
did my
Hoffman.
button.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
did
should
my
probably
button,
be
so
looking for that.
I did my button so I could beat Commissioner Hoffman.
Yeah.
Okay,
It worked.
it works, see? So, because this was just brought on us today or whatever, I heard, is this $1 just for Notre Dame Prep or $1 for all the school students in Oakland County? All of them, because that makes a big difference.
no.
Marcia's acting like it's for, well, not acting, but saying it's for
It was
Notre
just
Dame.
in that contract, but you wanna answer that, James?
I mean, I'll answer.
Yeah, please.
The framework of the contract spells out $1 per student, maximum of $5,000. If you enter into a contract for a Oakland County Sheriff Deputy to be an SRO.
Okay,
Not for every student.
so then
And
that's,
chooses to voluntarily opt in and
okay, so
to
that's
get
my.
it for, to pay for an SRO officer.
All right, so that's a little bit of, I have a little problem with that, just because I'm just thinking down, because now we just got this, so I'd be thinking a lot more if I had next week to think about it. But, okay, so Commerce has, or Walled Lake, is where Walled Lake Schools, has their officer already. So then they're gonna charge additional $1 per student.
Because you already have an officer that does not contract with the sheriff unless you do.
No, we do contact with the sheriff.
Oh, well then.
So there'll be up to 5,000, but I'm worried about, since that's tax money, is there, and I guess this is what Mike Ginjo brought up, if there's a way that can stay in each community or be used, because then it's like, the school doesn't have incentive to, like, okay, say they can't pay for their school office resource officer, but that's really important to them. I'm in the mind frame to think, you know what? I mean, I don't wanna name out my school, cause I got a couple kids still there, but when there's 4 assistant principals, maybe we don't need 4, we can use 3. I'm gonna get in trouble, cause they find out everything.
You are gonna get in trouble.
I'm not talking about my school, the other Wall Lake schools. And then they can use 3 and then pay for that resource officer. So this funding to me maybe is going to limit them, individual schools for looking for cuts that they could make to provide this resource officer. That's my issue.
Is that what $5,000 would accomplish with your school?
No, not just 5,000, but
That's what it is, it's a
It's a
cap of
rather-
5K.
Yeah,
it's low, I get it.
Yep.
But that 5,000 is not gonna stay in our district. It goes into this fund that can be used
It's
anyway.
at the sheriff's prerogative, sheriff and the board, sorry, you're the one that does.
Okay, so who's gonna make the decision where this money goes to?
that'd be it.
Chairman, you wanna?
Yeah, then I'm done with my
So
questions.
an amendment that was adopted in committee to work in collaboration with the sheriff, an advisory ad hoc committee made up of commissioners and the sheriff or designee to make recommendations to the full board of how these funds can be allocated. We're not talking about a huge amount of money, but to the extent that these monies can bring down large volumes of money to make all of our communities safer is in the best interest of everybody. That you can't have safe schools without safe communities. And there's lots of strategies ranging from training, a variety of anti-violence programs, gun safety program. There's a host of things that can be done, and that many of the projects that we as a board have been leading on that can help support that benefits everybody.
So what you're saying is by having this fund available, these grants that require a match, we will then have a fund to draw those kinds of match funds from. And that expands our overall reach, and we're talking all kinds of things related to public safety, but specifically gun safety.
Okay, so I get it a little better now. Is Sheriff Bouchard on board with this or not? No comment. Do you know?
Yeah, but this is up to the board.
Okay. All right, I'll pass, thank you.
Okay, Commissioner Hoffman followed by Commissioner Weipert.
So I just want to be clear, it's for any school district that contracts with the sheriff department for a school resource officer, whether you have a contract now or somebody else wants to opt in the future. It's just not Notre Dame Prep.
It's not just, it treats everyone the same.
No problem, thank you.
Commissioner Weipert.
Is this a surcharge, this additional 5,000? I mean, we're not taking what's being paid now and taking $1 from it. It's gonna be,
This would be, yes,
it's create a
the
new
fund would be a
fund,
new
$1
fund
per.
going forward. So
No.
where there's arrangements in place right now,
Those contracts will sit.
they will sit.
Okay.
New contracts would include something to this effect.
Okay, anybody else? If everybody's had their questions answered, let's go ahead and prompt the vote.
I know, I'm like, I don't know, I can switch it going by at the board meeting, right?
We'll put it on.
Just gotta think if I got my questions.
That's a quick little meeting.
I tried.
I don't know if I knew them about this. I guess I do, I don't
I've
know.
been here since 1 o'clock, buddy.
Gwen.
Oh, you have?
Crazy.
Overtime.
Okay, motion carries. Next, we have our second public comment for anything
Oh,
that's,
twice now.
anything someone wants to talk about. Is anyone here for public comment?
I might vote yes on the
Seeing
board
no
vote.
one, I will
Just-
close our second public comment. Is there any other business to come before the Finance Committee? Then I will call this meeting adjourned at 6:35.
Tell me more about this.
10 minutes.